Hi, welcome back. Let's start very simple and get rid of everything that we don't need. So all of the content. We leave this wrapping div because everything that goes into React needs to be wrapped by a surrounding element. Normally that's a div. Then we get rid of everything else that we don't need. That's it for now and should leave us with a clean white page. Yeah. So far so good. Next step is to copy all of our HTML code. So from the opening body tag to the closing body tag. Copy it and paste it here. So that's fine. So first things first. The word class is reserved in JavaScript. So we cannot use it like in HTML. So instead of class, we have to write class name. That's very simple. We just replace every class by class name. But as you see, when I replace class, I also would replace the class of our component. So again, very simple. We just write class equals and replace it by class name equals. That's it. Next thing are closing tags. Every element within React needs to be closed. So most elements got an opening and a closing tag. Some elements are self-closing, like images, for example. In HTML, it's optional to put a closing tag to these elements. Within JavaScript, or in our case within React, it's mandatory. Every element needs to be closed. So this is just putting a closing tag at the end of it. I guess all of you know how handy syntax highlighting can be. It's the same in this case, but to have the right syntax highlighting here, we need the bubble JavaScript highlighting installed. So now you see, all of our divs are highlighted in red, but here they're green. So somewhere in between, there seems to be a mistake. And yes, it's this break that is not closed. So it's all good now. You can just go through your code by looking like this. So this image needs to be closed. Here we see another break. Yeah, closing it. And all of our dividers have to be closed. That's it. I just go through my code and spare you the time to see all of this. So now let's save and take a look. And we see that we got some problems with the styling. Writing inline styles in React is something very special. You may have heard that React is all about inline styles, but it is whatever you want it to be. So in my case, I use just normal plain CSS. Problem with inline styles is you sometimes need them. So let's have a look of how to write inline styles within React. At first, inline styles are written as code, so they're not wrapped by quotes, but by curly braces. The other thing is that we don't just write code inside there because we have no JavaScript code. All of our styling is given as a JavaScript object. So this needs to be wrapped by another curly braces. Yeah, I told you this will get ugly. Also, there's a different writing style because we cannot use minus. This is an operator in JavaScript. We need to write camel case. Also, 330 pixel, JavaScript doesn't know what this is. So this is a string that we give inside the object. Yeah, ugly to read, I know. Again, we have to wrap everything by curly braces for code and another curly braces for an object. Then we have to use camel case and we have to wrap this in quotes. This looks ugly at the moment, but it allows you to do a lot of stuff later on. So let's take a look what we've done here. Have a look at our page and it's working great. The only thing that is missing are our styles. So if you use the standard Facebook React app, that is very simple. You just import, oh wait, of course we have to copy our CSS before. So let's open up our Finder, go to my original HTML, copy the CSS and copy my images, go back to my tutorial app and go into source. Everything has to be in source. So all subfolders and everything that I import stuff are located in source. So as you see, I got my CSS. Now I import my bootstrap. Then I import my own CSS style. And that's it. So as you see, it is all working fine. All of our page is now React app. The only thing that is missing, as you see, are some images. So this is another thing that is a bit complicated here, because the problem is, as you see, my source is a relative path. This relative path doesn't exist anymore after React compiles your app. So there are different ways to put those images into my React app. One is to import them like any other file. Import pin from pin white. This is just the name I give it. So down here, I enter my variable that is pin within curly braces, because again, we need a variable, so some kind of JavaScript code. So you see, the pin is now showing. This is not the best solution if you have to import a lot of stuff, of course. Then our list will grow and grow and grow. We can also import the image right where we need it. So we go to our source, make some curly braces for code, and write require. And then within the braces of require, we write what we would normally write into source. So this tells React, when you render your app or you compile your app, please take this image as a source and put it here.
Oh, there's an error?
Oh yeah, you have to write // if it's in the same folder. And you see, now the image is showing. So this is the code you have to enter then. I know, again, it is ugly. So now you know not just how to import your HTML page into a React app, but also all of the pain points. I have to admit there are quite some pain points when you're converting, but after a while you get used to it. So in the next part, let's have a look on what's great on React and why we should use it.